Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa and I'm with Amoretti. Today we're going to be exploring Dirty Oar Beer Company. Chris is waiting for us inside, so let's go see what he has in store. Hey Chris, how are you?
Hey Vanessa, so good to see you.
So nice to see you again. How are you doing?
Doing well.
So, yesterday's Brewers Bash was so much fun.
It went off without a hitch. It was such a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being a part of it. We really appreciate you guys coming into town.
Thank you so much for inviting us. We had a blast. It was super busy yesterday, and I know that we really didn't get an opportunity to kind of really hang out one-on-one.
Yeah, we were both going in different directions.
Yeah, definitely. But I understand that there was a beer you wanted to show me.
Yes, I wanted to show you our Smurf Berry Milkshake Sour Ale.
Wow, look at that color. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
It's so beautiful. The blue raspberry compound gives it all the color, and it's got a little bit of the vanilla artisan in it just to smooth out that sour note.
Wow. So I love sours, and they're pretty hard to come by sometimes. It can be kind of scarce. I'm actually really excited, and I love our blue raspberry.
So cheers.
Wow, that is so tart.
It's got a nice little tartness, and the sweetness from the Amoretti product really balances it out. It's almost like candy.
Yeah, I want to say if I had to associate it with something, it would be one of those like blue hard candies. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah,
you know
very
what I'm
reminiscent of
talking
that. Yeah.
Yes. First, you get like a bold tartness. It definitely is making my mouth water. And as that subsides, you just get a nice sweet vanilla note that just kind of gently coats your palate.
Helps the finish.
Yes, this is phenomenal.
Oh, I'm so glad you like it.
Thank you. I'm glad you brewed it. So yesterday, again, we were kind of busy running around. You had mentioned that there was a charity, right? That was near and dear to your heart?
Yes, so the Brewers Bash, we benefit Survive First Foundation. So 100% of the ticket sales go to Survive First, and they do mental health and wellness resources for first responders. So police, fire, military, EMS, any of them that might be dealing with, because it's a tough job, so any of them that might be dealing with PTSD or suicidal tendencies or substance abuse issues, whatever their insurance doesn't cover for treatment, Survive First will write a check to cover the rest and send these people to facilities that can give them the help they need.
That is amazing. And honestly, we need those first responders, right? Yeah. And we need them to be as healthy as we need. When we're unhealthy, they help us, right? So we need them to be in a good state of mind as well, because you never know.
Yep, yeah, they're there for us when we're in our worst.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's amazing. So have you guys been working with that charity for a few years now?
Yes, actually, we've been with them almost as long as we've been open. Their first 5K they did in the village, they just introduced themselves and asked if we would come and pour some beer and help sponsor the event, and it was just a natural fit.
Oh, that's amazing. So will you guys be partnering with them next year?
Yes, we will.
You're doing this again next year.
Yep.
Awesome.
February 3rd next year will be the 5th annual Brewers Bash, and we look forward to having you out next year again.
Yeah, I'm excited. So can we kind of get a little more deeper into Amoretti, your guys' beer, and the whole process?
Of course.
All right.
Yeah, Amoretti, it's so easy to use. The customer service is amazing, and it just anything you can think of. Like your website is so easy to get through, and they have interesting flavors, like some certain things that you wouldn't even think would work. Like one of my favorite sours on the board is a Moscow Mule sour with the Moscow Mule Artisan, and the ginger is just so vivid the way it comes through. I mean, it tastes just like the cocktail.
Well, I will definitely have to try that before we leave today.
Yeah, I'd like you to try it.
Absolutely. Let's go sit down and let's talk a little more about Amoretti, beer, the process, how you infuse it.
Okay,
is there a good spot for us to chat?
Yeah, we can chat right over here. And
Perfect.
One more cheers.
One more. Cheers. So Chris, can you tell us a little bit about Dirty Oar and how you guys got started?
So we opened in 2017, and we were fortunate enough, I got a couple of sample packs from Amoretti when we opened, and I just love the product so much that I've been using them exclusively for all of our flavorings ever since then, so about 5.5 years.
Wow, so exclusively 5.5 years, you've been loyal to Amoretti.
Yes, yeah.
So before you tried Amoretti, did you guys try any other flavor houses?
I had a few other purees and stuff that just didn't have the consistency or the intensity really that the Amorettis do. They mix in so great, they're shelf stable, and I really get the flavors that I'm looking for as a true fruit or flavoring.
So I've been your rep for quite some time now, and you tend to favor the artisan, although you do go array sometimes and work with multiple
every
product
now and
lines.
again, we'll get out of bounds, go for a compound or go something left field, but the artisans work so well for me.
So in the Blue Smurf that we had the pleasure of trying a few minutes ago, what Amoretti products did you incorporate?
So that one is the Blue Raspberry Compound as well as the Vanilla Artisan. And I also have lactose sugar in there, so it's technically a milkshake sour because the lactose and vanilla kind of give you that cream flavor, and then the Blue Raspberry gives it the beautiful color.
It was so good. I love sours, and I feel like sometimes not all breweries have that as an option, or they have a very minimal selection. And I love the fact that you guys have a little bit of everything, but you are totally tailored to my palate because I love sours.
Oh, appreciate that. Yeah, we're totally committed to sours. We try to have 3 or 4 on all throughout the year, not just seasonally.
And then you guys also have a strawberry cheesecake, right?
Yeah, the strawberry cheesecake's great. It drinks really light, but it's kind of desserty. It's got the wild strawberry artisan, the cheesecake compound, as well as the vanilla artisan. And it's really sweet, but it's a nice light drinker at 5.9%.
It was phenomenal when I tried it yesterday. And one of your patrons at the Brewers Fest had grabbed a cup and she took a sip. And right away, she's like, honey, you have to try this. It's strawberry. And I was like, is that the strawberry cheesecake? And she was like, it is. And I was like, it's phenomenal, isn't it? And she's like, it is. And I told her, you have to go to the brewery and ask them to mix it with the peanut butter stout for you.
Yeah, so at the brewery, we do mix-its. So you can do like a suicide when you were a kid and just did all the sodas. We like to mix the different beers together just to get those new flavors. It's a lot of fun for everyone.
So with all the fun that you guys have, making these crazy beers, they're super fun, really, really flavorful and colorful. We can't leave out colorful.
Yes.
How do you incorporate Amoretti into the actual beer?
So actually, it's very easy for me. When my beer is already done, when I move them into the bright tank, which is basically a big tank where you carbonate the whole batch instead of each individual keg, I just stir it in. It comes in usually like a syrup form. And I just pull a little beer to the side, and I mix it in through the beer and dump it in and let the tank fill up. And it is consistent and vivid flavor. It tastes just like it says it should.
I get questions all the time, especially about the artisan. And I love the fact that you just brought up you have to mix it. And a lot of times, because it's thick, I get that question. How do you get this into your beer? And I'm like, you just have to extract what you need and pre-dissolve it, whether it's beer or water, and then you'll be good to go. You just mix it right in, and it'll be...
It's crazy easy. You do it just with a spoon. Get a little, the 10-pound Amoretti buckets are perfect. That's what I take a little dip, I measure everything out, I mix it in, dump it back in the tank, and it just blends in as the beer's filling.
I always explain it, like, do you remember those concentrated frozen juices you could buy?
Yep.
I'm always like, you remember making those? That's how I explain it. You remember getting those as a kid and you just dump it in there and you fill it up,
Yep,
So
same thing.
I love it. And thank you so much for making that point because, again, I get that question all the time. So you had said that you've been using Amoretti for about 5 years. So I'm pretty sure at this point you're a pro.
I
Fair
do
statement.
very well with it, yeah.
But in the very beginning, how did you find out exactly how much to use?
Yeah, it was a lot of trial and error. And when I originally got the first sample pack, I was doing the 5-gallon like corny kegs, like you would homebrew in the soda kegs. And I got my rate kind of dialed into that. But once I hit the big system, like the artisans are very consistent in their density. So really, it's around 2.2 pounds, which is the smaller size. Per barrel is perfect to get that good, vivid fruit flavor, especially.
Do you find it easy to mix out flavors or swap one out?
Yeah, because of the consistency, I can between the pineapple and the strawberry, a wild strawberry, and the mango or something that really I can use about the same volume per beer and get the same amount of flavor.
So you tend to specialize or favor the artisan, and the good thing about the artisan line is that it's shelf stable, but the usage level for most of the flavors are the same. So we try to make it really easy for our brewers to switch out flavors or even mix and match them to help you guys create these fun flavored beers that you may not see, every day or at any other brewery all the time. So,
oh yeah. I mean, they have all different kinds of flavors and they all taste amazing.
So you have been a loyal customer to Amoretti's for 5 years, but what makes you keep coming back to us?
So, the product is great. Everything tastes like it should. It's so easy to use. The customer service is amazing. Actually, Vanessa helped me so much. The Dead Bug Belgian triple that we did for the Brewers Bash, I convinced myself I had a 2.2 pound of apricot on the shelf that wasn't there, and Vanessa was nice enough to overnight it to me at no charge.
One of the things about Amoretti, and we try really, really hard, especially with the people that I am fortunate enough to connect with, is I don't want to just be your sales rep. I want to be a part of your team, even though I'm remote. It's the new thing now, working remote. So I really want to be a part of your guys' team. And when I'm able to come in those emergency situations and kind of save the day a little bit, it makes me feel like, yay, I helped them. I did something, Oh
no, you're a hero, because you got me to the point where it would have backed up my brew schedule for a week if I would have had to wait for it for ground.
Yeah,
and it just came. It was in my mailbox the next day.
So Chris, can you tell me, what does Dirty Oar Beer Company have in store next?
So we have our 5th annual Brewers Bash. Yesterday was the 4th annual, but I don't know if you can see it in the background. It will be February 3rd next year, and Amoretti will hopefully definitely be a part of it. They've been with us every year. This will be the 5th year. Even the first year, when we only had 28 breweries showed up, they sent us gift cards to give to the brewers as a prize. So we were just elated to even have that relationship now, and it's only strengthened as the years go on.
So where can people go, or viewers, to find out more information about Dirty Oar Beer Company?
Yeah, we have a website at dirtyoarbeercompany.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. And the best place is right here in the tap room. I mean, we have 22 beers on tap all the time with lots of Amoretti in them, so they're delicious. And it's just a good place to hang out, and we do several events throughout the year, like the Brewers Bash. We have actually a downhill derby we're going to do, like a soapbox race.
Oh, okay.
From City Hall down to the river we're going to sponsor.
Wow.
And that's going to be a lot of fun. So just doing a lot of community events and trying to be just a good partner for our local community.
Well, I'm excited to support you guys next year in the Brewers Bash. I'm sure it's going to be a great turnout. For any of you guys out there that may be here in Florida, please stay tuned with Dirty Oar Beer Company to find out more about next year's Brewers Bash. If you'd like more information about Amoretti, you can head to our website at www.amoretti.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.